So if you guys have been around on the channel for a while, or maybe you're a day one, 6 Rings of Steel actually originates from the Pittsburgh Steelers. When I created the name for this YouTube channel, the Steelers had 6 Super Bowl rings. I mean, they still do. And it was 6 Super Bowl rings, 6 rings of steel. Steelers, Super Bowl rings, they had 6 of them. And then kind of my content translated over to the NBA a little bit better, where rebuilds kind of blew up there. And I've done plenty of Madden rebuilds on this channel, or my second one before. So I thought, let's do some Madden rebuilds until NBA 2K24 comes out. And if you guys do enjoy these as well, I don't mind making these maybe a once a week thing on the channel. Because I'm down for this channel to be more of a video game type channel where we're doing maybe NBA 2K stuff, Madden stuff. And then if you want to follow just straight real life NBA content, you can follow my channel SROS, just SROS, link in the description. So yeah, I thought what's better than starting this off with my favorite team, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm way more excited as a Steeler fan going into 2023 than I was in 2022. The big thing though is Kenny Pickett and offensive coordinator Matt Canada. Are they going to be on the same page? Canada has not been good so far in his time in Pittsburgh. It's really going to be a make or break year for him. Kenny Pickett though, he showed promise last year. I mean, the stats like on paper did not look good, but he really didn't get a lot to play with. And now he's got really good skill position players around him. Najee Harris, a former first round pick, still a young, talented running back. Jalen Warren was really good last year for the Steelers. And they have a good receiving core as well. Deontay Johnson, still one of the better route runners in the league. We'll see if he can get in the end zone this year. George Pickens really broke out last season as one of the better young receivers in the league. They even picked up Allen Robinson for a late draft pick in this offseason. And Calvin Austin was another guy that was a rookie last year out of Memphis. Didn't play at all really because of injury, but he could be exciting to build around. And then we have Pat Freiermuth as a tight end. Kind of shocked to see him at an 85 overall. And they have Darnell Washington, just the massive guy out of Georgia. The offensive line is improved as well. Broderick Jones, they used their first round pick on at the guard spot. They picked up Isaac Sumalo later in the offseason, which is an upgrade from what they had last year. I think center Mason Cole, will see how he performs. James Daniels, an underrated guard in the NFL. And the right tackle spot, Dan Moore, Chukwuma Okorafor. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Larry Ogunjobi there on the left end spot, but we got Cam Hayward. He's been underrated throughout his career over at the right end spot. They did lose multiple nose tackles over the years with Javon Hargrave, and now it might be rookie Keanu Benton, who I think I'm going to play over Montravius Adams there. And then we have TJ Watt, one of the better overall defenders in the league. Like, the Steelers have some great playmakers. Middle inside linebacker, we'll see how Cole Holcomb can do. And Landon Roberts, I'm surprised Holcomb's an 80 overall. Alex Highsmith got that extension. I'm excited to build around him as well. And they really they added to the secondary. I don't know if they really upgraded because they lost Cam Sutton to the Detroit Lions, but they picked up Pat Pete. He is older though. Levi Wallace, Joey Porter Jr., they used the 32nd pick on from the Chase Claypool trade. And it is a shame like Corey Trice is going to be out for the year. It looks like Minka though. So you got Cam Hayward on the D-line, and then you got TJ Watt on the edge, and then you got Minka in the secondary. Like, they have 3 elite defensive players, and we'll see how the rest of this team can perform. But the thing is, the AFC is so freaking talented, man. Like, every team in the AFC East could make the playoffs. Every team in the AFC North can make the playoffs. Most of the teams, 75% of them, sorry Raiders fans, in the AFC West can make the playoffs. The AFC South also is probably going to be a 2-team race just for the division title. No wildcard teams. So it's going to be tough for the Steelers to make the playoffs. But hey, Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. So is 9-8 going to be the floor for them? And maybe they win double-digit games? They went 9-8 last year with an abysmal start with Mitch Trubisky as their starting quarterback. So since I said that the Steelers have never had a losing season under Mike Tomlin, we're going to set the season goal, I guess, not at 7 wins. We're going to make the playoffs. I mean, I could have did 7 wins, so I know that we're going to hit it. But hey, Madden may hate the Steelers in the sim. All right, so we basically assigned our scouts for this upcoming season. I'm going to hopefully download a real draft class. I don't know how good they're going to be just because Madden just came out. Week 1 against the Niners, though, that is a pretty tough matchup to start off the season. And we ended up picking up the win 24-17. Maybe Madden likes the Steelers. Who knows? Watch us just not win a single game for the remaining of the season. I just want to go over the first game. I'm not going to do this for every game because then this video would be 10 hours long. But Kenny Pickett looked great against one of the better defenses in the NFL. McCaffrey ran all over us. That's not the best sign. Receiving-wise, Deontay Johnson, 9 for 110. George Pickens found the end zone twice. You love to see that. Anybody get an interception? Joey Porter Jr., yes, in this first game. Cam Hayward got a sack. Great start to the season. Couldn't ask for a better week 1. All right, so I'm going to download Bengals draft class here. I'm sure if you're watching this Madden rebuild, you've already seen his content. So you got Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, that would be sick if we could pick up Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think we're going to be that bad, though. All right, so here we are, week 8. We're 4-2 to start the year. And what I love about like teams with a rookie contract is you're not paying $20, $30, $40 a year, or $1 million a year, excuse me, in guaranteed money to your quarterback, so you can allocate that either on the offensive line or the defensive end. All right, so let's hope Kenny Pickett goes off next year, because then his depth trade can go to superstar. We just beat the Rams 31-0. That is just kind of crazy for a team that just won the Super Bowl a few years ago. The Bucks are in line to get Caleb Williams. I mean, that would be sick. Drake made the Colts. I mean, they just drafted Anthony Richardson. So we are probably chilling in the 20s right now. Jared Stevens or Steffens out of UCF. Yeah, we could definitely look at a tackle. So Kenny Pickett is 22nd in the NFL in passing yards, 10 touchdown to 5 interception ratio. He's been sacked 9 times. I feel like that's not too bad throughout 6 games. Najee Harris is averaging 4.3 yards per carry. It has only found the end zone twice this season. For receiving wise, it looks like Deontay Johnson has been our most targeted receiver, or at least he's got the most receptions. I would like maybe Pickett to do a little bit better, and I don't know, maybe like, yeah, Matt Canada's offense is not working out this season. Holcomb, no surprises, leading us in tackles for loss. Cam Hayward up there. Sacks wise, you got Hayward at 6, TJ Watt at 4, Highsmith at 2. Interceptions, DeMonte Casey, he's got 2. Holcomb, Neal, and Joey Porter all with 1. So yeah, we'll simulate next week and then probably go to the end of the year. I do want to see how good Kenny Pickett does, because if he can get that superstar dev trait, we are sitting pretty. And we ended up losing 17-12. So I don't think that happened. That's upsetting. All right, we don't really have cap space at the moment to offer some of these guys contracts to come back. So we may have to make some moves in the offseason or wait to sign these guys. I mean, it's nobody of like insane value to us right now that is a pending free agent this summer. But I do want to bring, or I guess winter, February, March, spring. So I do want to bring back Levi Wallace. That may just have to come at the end of the season. So we ended up finishing 10-7. The Cleveland Browns went 2-14, but I don't even think 2-7 made the playoffs. Yeah, we didn't make the playoffs, and we were 3 games above 500. That's a shame. So I guess I should have did my season goal at 7+ wins. But like I said in the beginning of the video, there's a lot of good teams in the AFC, and basically everybody in the North, East, and somewhat West can make the playoffs. So we really just missed out. It looks like the Ravens didn't make it either. Yeah, the Ravens had 11 wins and didn't make it. Wow, that is kind of crazy. Yeah, and look at how many 9-win teams made it to the playoffs in the NFC. That's annoying. So since we won't be playing in January, unfortunately, Kenny Pickett did finish his season 9th in passing yards, which was way better than the last time I saw you guys. He finished with 3,700. Najee was 8th in rushing yards. Yeah, that's a good season for Pickett. I will definitely take that in year 2. Hopefully he is our QB of the future. Najee Harris ended up with 9 touchdowns. That's a good season. 4.5 yards per carry. Shout out to Najee Harris. Deontay Johnson finished with 1,000 receiving yards. Pickens, so close to that. He had 6 touchdowns. Allen Robinson was pretty good for us. And Freiermuth only found the end zone once, which is kind of surprising. So we're going to try to add tackle this offseason to replace Dan Moore. Don't love that from Broderick Jones, but I feel like your tackle in Madden is really just going to give up the most amount of sacks. And then Cam Hayward had 13 sacks this year, only 6 for TJ Watt, so we could switch our defensive scheme next year if we don't really think that's working. Pat Pete had 3 interceptions, and then hopefully we could draft really well. But yeah, Najee Harris has superstar development trait now. So Patrick Mahomes won MVP this season. Lamar finished 2nd. We did have Kenny Pickett finishing 9th. Okay, I will take that. Was Mike Tomlin here in Coach of the Year? He was not. Still hate how Madden is like AFC, NFC changed awards, like AFC Offensive Player of the Year, not just like an NFL. Dameon Pierce, shout out to him, finished 3rd in Offensive Player of the Year. We did get Cameron Hayward 3rd in DPOY in the AFC. Joey Porter Jr. Just got beat out by fellow rookie corner Christian Gonzalez. And wait, did I also see another Steeler there? No, just him. Kenny Pickett for best QB in the AFC 6th. Najee best running back 8th. Receivers, we did have Deontay at 7. James Daniels, shout out to him, 3rd in best O-lineman. Cam Hayward there, best D-lineman. Watt was there in the top 10. No secondary. Okay, no Minka. That's interesting. And Boswell 4th. So the Super Bowl is a rematch from a few years ago. You have the Niners and the Chiefs. We beat that Niners team this year as well. So let's see if we had any retirements this season. Oh, Pat Pete retires. Damn. Okay, so yeah, I knew we were going to have to replace him anyway. He wasn't on a long-term deal or anything. So if you want to look at the season recap, Patrick Mahomes MVP, Coach of the Year, Robert Saleh of the New York Jets, Lamar Jackson, Offensive Player of the Year, Donald, Defensive Player of the Year, Bryce Young, overall Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Emmanuel Forbes, shout out to the Commanders, getting Defensive Rookie of the Year. The Niners got revenge on the Chiefs, winning the Super Bowl by 4 points, and Brock Purdy is your Super Bowl MVP. Crazy. I don't think... Can I go back to Heinz Field, not Acrisure Stadium here? We could rebuild the stadium, honestly. But I feel like that's what just gives the Steelers their character, right? I mean, I go to a Steelers game every year with like my dad. It's super cool because we'll go out to Heinz Field or Acrisure Stadium. And I don't think Pittsburgh's like the greatest city in the world, but it's always fun to go there for 1 week in a year to watch the Steelers. I'm super excited for the NFL season. I hope you guys are as well. So yeah, let's see if we're going to have any money to re-sign these guys because the Steelers are paying a lot to Minka and Cam Hayward and TJ Watt. Oh, so Najee's a free agent already? Oh, no, this is his 5th-year option. Thank God. I was like, I don't think I can afford you right now. We're obviously picking up his 5th-year option, even though it's probably a decent amount for a running back. Levi Wallace, last chance. Kevin Dotson, I'd probably like to bring back for depth purposes. Now, how much money do we even have to spend at the moment? I just saw the cap space. Not a lot. If we sign him, we could have $6.5 million left. I will offer him this deal, and he resigns. Okay, we needed some cornerback depth. For some reason, Kevin Dotson has star development right now. I will give him this. Can I even afford this deal? I can. Dotson comes back. I got no more money to spend. So I think like if we cut maybe some guys, we should be okay. I don't know if Mitch Trubisky's still under contract, in which we can cut him. We would still take a penalty, which kind of stinks. Yeah, like I'm freeing up $600K. I mean, that's honestly not that much. Yeah, so we're probably going to cut Allen Robinson. We will save almost $10 million in this move. And now like Calvin Austin could be wide receiver 3, or if we want to pick somebody up throughout the draft. We are going to cut Nate Herbig as well. I know him and his brother on the Steelers this year. We're going to free up about $2.5 million with that move. And our final cut will be Landon Roberts. We'll free up about $2 million. So I think going into the offseason, we're going to look to maybe figure out who our wide receiver 3 is going to be, but I think Calvin Austin would be okay. Maybe to add another offensive lineman, possibly draft one. And then we could also look to maybe improve the D-line a little bit and maybe add another inside linebacker as well. So now that we have $18 million in cap space, we could look to bring back, I don't even know if I want Keanu Neal. Honestly, I think we may let most of these guys walk and just see what we have in free agency if we want to get a new punter or anything like that. And I feel like the Steelers were never a big free agency team, but Omar Khan, the new general manager after Kevin Colbert left, has shown a more willingness to spend. So who is a free agent in the first year in Madden 24? Let's see. Austin Eckler, yeah. And I really like what Madden did with their new free agency overhaul. You can see the interest, like Tyron Smith would come here. I don't know. Wait, he's a scheme fit? He wants to come here, and he's only, I think, looking for a short-term deal. I think it would be very tough because we would have to give him a massive signing bonus. Yeah, unfortunately, we really can't sign Tyron Smith. All right, I'm going to look to sign Deshaun Elliott here, who could be our strong safety next to Minka Fitzpatrick. I'm going to try to give him a 4-year deal, and we'll see if he wants to take that. I'm going to look to sign Kazir White as well on a 2-year deal. I don't know if I want to give him a 2-year deal. All right, I'm going to give him actually a team-friendly offer. I don't think he's going to accept that, but maybe he doesn't get a better offer out there, and it'd be a nice value pickup for us. Honestly, I'm going to offer Cesar Ruiz a very team-friendly deal, so I'm not really expecting to sign him. And then if I don't get him, then I'll probably just sign a punter, and that will be it for free agency. So we can now view the combine results here, and like I said probably before in the beginning of the video, we may target somebody in the secondary. We're probably going to look to target an offensive lineman as well. So we did get Deshaun Elliott to be our strong safety next year. We should get White as well. We're probably not going to get Cesar Ruiz. I'm going to offer Blake Gillikin a deal as well just to be our punter. If I can get him on like a 3-year offer, I would be a fan of that. But yeah, Eckler went to the Detroit Lions. You just drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. Tyron Smith ends up going to Tennessee. That's a nice pickup for them. Micah Hyde to the Rams. John Johnson to Philly. How do they have the cap space for that? Hunter Henry to Washington. Former Steeler Miles Jack to Minnesota. Still some top guys left like Mike Williams, Christian Wilkins, Bobby Wagner, Gabe Davis, Odell Beckham as well. And we got Gillikin to be our punter, and we got White as well. All right, so it is private workout time. I'm really hoping we can get some good talent here in the 2024 NFL Draft. All right, so the Buccaneers just had Tom Brady retire a season ago, and now they have a chance to draft Caleb Williams, 1.1, a generational quarterback, and they do take him. Wow. All right. So Houston on the clock at number 2. They could take Marvin Harrison to pair up with his former Ohio State quarterback, C.J. Stroud, and they don't do that. They take the left tackle, Olu Fashanu, out of Penn State. I mean, that's a good pick, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is kind of generational, and he goes to the Rams. That's a really good pickup for them. They have Cooper Kupp and Marvin Harrison Jr. Brock Bowers. What a picture. Ends up going to the Patriots. Joe Alt goes to the Colts. Josh Parham goes to the Cardinals. And I guess the Cardinals would have had the 2nd overall pick. I guess Madden doesn't have those trades on because don't the Cardinals have the Texans' 1st round pick? As Drake plays a Bronco, they've given up on Russ. We are on the clock here at 16. Quinn Ewers out of Texas. I'm not going to take him. We could take Joseph Morris. but I don't know if I want another receiver. Like, we could look at that in the second round. I mean, Jared Steffens was somebody I was looking at. Marcus Felix I was also looking at. Or we could go, like, defensive tackle as well, like Gregory Scott. And him and Keanu Benton can be on that D-line together. I don't know. I kind of want to take Jared Stevens because we do need a tackle. But his grade has gone down. His run block is an A to a C, which is kind of scary. His combine was okay. He had the best vertical jump and 3 cone drill, 4 all right tackles. I don't know. I think I may take him. I'm going to risk it and I'm going to take him. Please be okay. Please be okay. It's hidden development. 83 acceleration, which is pretty good. We'll see how good his blocking skills are going to be. A impact block. A run block finesse. We'll see what that run block rate is. Hopefully it's closer to the A than it is the C, but the D pass block power is scary a little bit. I did take cornerback Brian Chambers here in the second round out of West Virginia. He looks pretty good. All right, we took Trayvon Fleming here in the third round, a nose tackle. Don't know how good he's going to be. All right, so let's just kind of go over the draft recap. You guys saw me draft Jared Stevens, Brian Chambers. We took Trayvon Fleming, ended up also taking Joey Sellers. We got Marcus O'Neal here in the 5th round. It actually doesn't look too bad. We took Junior Upshaw there in the 6th, and then Greg Newsome, not the corner on the Browns, in the 7th. So it does look like Chambers was a fantastic pick, possibly better than my first round pick. And then Trayvon Fleming and Marcus O'Neal look like they could be good depth pieces, but might have like just did bad on that Sellers selection. Ooh, there's a chance Stevens we could move to center, but this is what the lineup is going to look like this season or the depth chart. Well, Broderick Jones, Sumalo, Mason Cole for now. We got James Daniels, Dan Moore, Freiermuth. We'll have Pickens, Deontay, Calvin Austin will be in the slot. Najee Pickett back there. I guess Darnell Washington, the backup tight end, will technically be our fullback. We got Minka, who's not superstar development. All right. Well, Wallace, Chambers, Joey Porter, like that a lot. Cam Hayward, Benton, Ogunjo will be there on the D-line. Not the best, but we got Deshaun Elliott, TJ Watt, Kazir White, Holcomb, and Alex Highsmith. We got Boswell and Gillikin there. And we'll see what Marcus O'Neal could be as our kick or punt returner and punt returner. My season goal is going to be to make the playoffs once again. We do have an 80 rated offense, which isn't the best. I'm really hoping that we could see another developmental year from Kenny Pickett. And I mean, I could put Deontay Johnson in the slot if I wanted to, but I think Calvin Austin will benefit from being in there. So week 1, we did end up losing to the Cleveland Browns. Not as good of a start this year than we had last year, beating San Fran. We lost 24-42. Isn't that what they lost to? The Browns in the playoffs with Baker Mayfield in Cleveland and Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh. But Pickett did not look great. Deshaun Watson was better. Pickett was sacked 5 times. That is brutal. Nick Chubb, I was going to say ran all over us, but only 3.1 yards per carry. Najee was a little bit better, but Najee did fumble. No. Okay, Cedric Tillman went off. Shout out to Volunteers, who gave up all the sacks on our team. Dan Moore, yeah, he's going to have to go. Sacks here, Myles Garrett had 2.5. Highsmith had 1. Interceptions, 1 for Joey Porter Jr. and Brian Chambers. I feel like Brian Chambers is going to be pretty good for us. Oh my goodness. Mid-season mark, we're 0-6. 0-6. It is an auto-generated draft class this season, and I don't want to draft Kenny's replacement, but wow, 0-6. So yeah, we're probably going to be at the top of the new mock where we could take Daniel Andrews of DN, which isn't bad. I'm fine with this being kind of like a retool year. Like, we regroup and get like good players in this draft and we go forward. I mean, playoffs are probably out of the equation right now. And then we have the Chiefs coming up too. There's a good chance we're 0-7. Freiermuth, Deontay, Daniels, Hayward. Oh, we're going to have a ton of free agents. I feel like I have to bring back Cam Hayward, and I'm going to give him a 2-year deal. Hopefully he accepts this. All right, there we go. We're going to bring back Freiermuth on a 5-year deal. I mean, Deontay Johnson does have superstar development. I may try to give him a 4-year deal, and he is not going to accept that. And James Daniels does not accept my 4-year offer. And we're going to have to pick up Kenny Pickett's 5th-year option in the offseason. But that's a shame that maybe this isn't going to be the year that we could have made the playoffs. And Mike Tomlin's above 500 career streak is definitely over. I'd be very shocked if we finish above 500. Kenny Pickett's 26th in passing yards. He's thrown only 4 touchdowns this season. I do wonder if we should change our scheme. I'm going to go to West Coast spread for the remaining of the season. We'll see how we can do. So yeah, playoff, like if we don't make the playoffs, you know, let's get as best of a draft pick as possible. And we finished the season 2-15. So I laughed at the Browns last year. It happened to us this year. Kenny Pickett finished 20th in passing yards, 14 touchdowns. He had more interceptions than touchdowns. 16, averaged per game, or I guess a little bit less than that. Najee had a good season. Oh, that's such a shame. I really thought we were going to make the playoffs this year. Dan Moore, Broderick Jones, 12 and 11 sacks apiece. Brian Chambers did have 4 interceptions as a rookie. So you do have the Bills and the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Brian Chambers is going to be an 81 overall next year. Him and Joey Porter and like Levi Wallace in the slot is going to be great for us. The Cowboys beat the Bills 31-7 in the Super Bowl. That would just be a crazy one as well. Just like, yeah, a blowout for the Cowboys. Like, are you kidding me? Lamar won MVP, Sean McDermott Coach of the Year. Lamar also won Offensive Player of the Year. Micah Parsons Defensive Player of the Year. Caleb Williams Offensive Rookie, and we can't really tell who won Defensive Rookie of the Year, as Malik Hooker was your Super Bowl MVP. Wow. We are an 84 overall heading into the offseason. That's much better than what we were at the start of the year, at least. So did we have anybody retire on our team? No! Oh, I mean, that's going to save us some money, but Cam Hayward retires, my 3rd best defensive player. Oh, our D-line just got so much worse. Oh, that is a shame. All right, so we're going to make one last offer to Deontay Johnson, and he accepts it. We're going to pick up Kenny Pickett's 5th-year option, which is going to be a lot of money. And James Daniels does not want to re-sign with us. Are you kidding me? And I'm not going to franchise tag him. We're going to try to get him back in free agency. That is just a shame. I gave Jalen Warren a 2-year deal to be our backup running back. So at least we're going to have a decent amount of money to spend in free agency, and we're going to have the #1 overall pick. So we could draft Cam Hayward's replacement there. Maybe just as good. It is a much cheaper cost. So let's get here into free agency. Actually, first, we are going to cut Larry Ogunjobi, free up about $4 million. And we're going to cut Mitch Trubisky as well, and free up about $4 million too. And I'm also going to cut Connor Hayward. This will free up about $1 million. Now that Cam Hayward's gone, no point in having Connor. All right, so let's see. We could go after some of these O-linemen. A lot of guards. DJ Reader, David Njoku. Not the best free agency class in the world. We do have $52 million in cap space, so let's spend it. We could go after Jedrick Wills, Cody Whitehair, Mitch Morse. Not the best center market. I'm going to look to snag BJ Hill on a 3-year deal. And Jedrick Wills does not want to sign here, but let's see if we can get him. I'm also going to offer DJ Reader a deal, and if we get him, I think I'm going to move to a 4-3. All right, so we got DJ Reader, and we got BJ Hill. So we got DJ and BJ, so we are going to probably move to a 4-3. Looks like I didn't get Jedrick Wills. I'm not sure if he ended up signing with somebody else. Yeah, he went to the Rams, unfortunately. Could give Garrett Bowles a 1-year deal. James Daniels ended up signing with the Rams as well. That's a nice pickup. I'm going to look to try to get Aaron Banks just for some depth purposes on the offensive line, as well as offering Garrett Bowles probably a 1-year deal. All right, so we also picked up Garrett Bowles and Aaron Banks, so some nice offensive line depth. All right, so let's start the 2025 NFL draft. I mean, I would be silly not to look at the offers here. Oh my God, Minnesota would give me 3 first-round picks to move up. Whoa, I could trade down 2 spots with Seattle, pick up their 1st and 2nd next year. I may do that. Like, I'm not taking a quarterback, and there's a couple guys I would take. I mean, I really want to take Darius Whitfield out of Oklahoma, but I wouldn't mind also taking a flyer on Jerome Harper or Daniel Andrews. So I think I'm going to take that Seattle offer. Yeah, so we are going to move down 2 spots. We're picking up their 1st and 2nd next year, picking up their 4th in this draft, and then they're also 3rd and 5th next year. Let's accept that offer. So let's see who they traded up to get, and they take, don't take Whitfield. That would make me feel a little bit silly. And they take Donovan Foreman. Yeah, a quarterback. Okay, are the Saints going to take a quarterback there at 2? And they do. Jonathan Peralta. So maybe they're generational, though, and I should have taken him over Kenny Pickett. Yeah, probably not as good of offers to move down now. Seattle would give me a 1st 3 years from now. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to make our selection at 3. We could take Jerome Harper, another offensive lineman who looks really good. Or I take Darius Whitfield out of Oklahoma, who, I don't know, doesn't look great. He's got really good finesse moves, but I think I'm going to go with Jerome Harper here and take another offensive lineman. Like, his grades look really good. His combine honestly wasn't anything special, but yeah, like, he has A pass block power, B run block. I'm going to take him with the 3rd overall selection. He is hidden right now. We took Donald Levy here, an outside linebacker, with the 33rd pick in the draft. We take Khalid Norwood here in the 3rd round. Actually has good ratings. It's a shame that he is a normal development. And then we take Josh McClain in the 4th round. All right, so we have a very young O-line, but it's young, so it should be good. We're going to move Stevens there to the center spot. I know drafting a guard 3rd overall isn't the best idea, but I think for his rookie year, Harper is going to be our right guard. Firemouth Johnson. We'll have Pickett, Harris, and Pickens there. A lot of star development, nothing too crazy though. We got TJ Watt there on the outside. Like I said though, I'm going to go to a 4-3. I'm going to set our season goal probably going to be make the playoffs, even though we were so bad last year and we lost Cam Hayward. All right, the Steelers are off to a good start this season. We are 5-2 at the moment. We just recently got blown out though by the Jets 31-8. The Bears are 0-7 this season. Kenny Pickett is 20. What does that say? First or third in passing yards. But he's got a 14-1 touchdown to interception ratio. All right, Pickett, if you're just going to be the game manager for us, Najee's going to get 5 yards a carry. We could be chilling this season. Shout out to Calvin Austin. What's going on right there? I'm not really sure. We look way better on the offensive line, I would think, so far. Oh my God, TJ Watt. There we go. I should have went to a 4-3 sooner. TJ Watt with 10 sacks already. Alex Highsmith, 5 sacks for him. DJ Reader has 3 interceptions. We got 2 for Brian Chambers. This dude is a freaking stud. I do think our defense is pretty good. I mean, like, I don't really love what's going on the D line because I was hoping like Levy would get out there, but Watt is killing it, which is great for us. And Brian Chambers, I think he's a perfect slot corner actually. So like the defense is making plays. We just don't have like a lot of like X factor development guys. And the Pittsburgh Steelers go 12-5, win the division, and have a home playoff game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time these two teams went up against each other in the playoffs, though, the Steelers got upset. Going over the season stats here, Kenny Pickett, 24th in passing yards, but 6th in passing touchdowns. So this guy was slinging it in the red zone, but was kind of tough getting there. I mean, Najee Harris really got us down the field. Jaylen Warren, 12 touchdowns. He was a vulture. Pickens was our leading receiver, then Austin, Deontay, and then Freiermuth. The offensive line was the best it's been, and that's probably why we succeeded this season, because the offensive line was pretty brutal. And yeah, 30 sacks combined between TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. All right, let's see what happens. Can we beat the Jaguars and go on to the divisional round? Yes, we can. We win 34-26, and we're taking on the Titans, who have a really good defense. They're an 84 overall. We are an 83. So yeah, we were pretty consistent throughout every quarter in this game. Kenny Pickett threw 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 260 yards. I would say he outplayed Trevor Lawrence. They should have ran the ball more. ETN averaged 13 yards per carry. Kenny Pickett ended up having 11 rushes. Calvin Austin, man, he's been kind of breaking out for us. He had 2 touchdowns, 5 for 104. George Pickens found the end zone. Alex Highsmith had 2 sacks. Who got the interception? It was Levi Wallace. All right, I really don't expect to get past the Titans, but who knows? Maybe we do. I don't know if their quarterback is still Ryan Tannehill. Maybe it's Will Levis. Maybe it's Malik Willis. Let's see. And we beat them 28-13, and we're in the conference championship to take on the Buffalo Bills. Shout out to Alex Highsmith, who had 3 sacks, getting Defensive Player of the Week in the AFC. He also got it last week where he had 2 sacks. Did we get it throughout the regular season with anybody? Because here, White got it in week 8. Did we ever get an Offensive Player of the Week? It didn't really look like it. So yeah, we kind of dominated after they scored first in the first quarter. Kenny Pickett had 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. They have Baker Mayfield at the helm. Henry did well. So did Najee, I would say. Receiving wise, Treylon Burks and DeAndre Hopkins did pretty good. Freiermuth had 58 receiving yards. Deontay Johnson and Darnell Washington found the end zone. Okay. Jonah Williams gave up 3 sacks. Yeah, we had 5 sacks against them. 3 coming from Alex Highsmith, and Minka got an interception. Maybe this team was just built to win in January. And let's do it. Can we beat the Bills? They're an 84 overall as well. We have a better defense, but they have a better offense. Let's see. Can we go to the Super Bowl? We do. We win 24-21. Well, is this like a worst to first challenge with what happened last year? So Kenny Pickett did not throw an interception. Josh Allen did throw one, but I would say he played better. Najee did well. They got the Harris running backs in this game. Jaylen Warren found the end zone. So did Kyle Trask. I don't know. Maybe Josh Allen got hurt. Our leading receiver was George Pickens. Offensive line played well, which is nice. And we didn't throw any interceptions. They did, though. Levi Wallace got one. All right, so the Cowboys are 16-1. They blew out the Panthers last week. And let's see, can we beat the Dallas Cowboys and win the Super Bowl? I probably should have put the quarter length on a little bit more, but we go down 3-0. We tie it up 3-3. We take a 6-3 lead. Okay, our defense has been playing so well for us, I feel like. We're in the third quarter. We take a 9-6 lead. We're good. Come on, can we score? Can we score? We're up 12-6. Oh my God, we're only kicking field goals. What's going on? Are we gonna win? We won 12-6. What? Shout out the defense, man. Oh my God. Shout out Chris Boswell also hitting 4 field goals. And the defense came through. I mean, we arguably had the best defensive player in the league in TJ Watt. We had Minka Fitzpatrick. I thought we drafted well on that side of the ball. That D-line, though, was definitely shaky. But running the 4-3 with Reader and Hill definitely helped out a lot. Kenny Pickett, 183 yards. Dak with 200. Najee Harris had 81 yards on the ground. Pickens had 62 yards receiving. We gave up a sack. It was Garrett Bowles. But yeah, we just won the Super Bowl. TJ Watt got a sack as well. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know if you guys want to see more Madden rebuilds by dropping a thumbs up. I think I got very lucky in my first one. It's trying to reel me in, and then I'm just going to realize the sim is probably just as crazy as 2K's. So yeah, if you guys enjoy, I really appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments which team we should rebuild next. I probably think they're going to be longer than 3 years, but hey, maybe I win my next one in 2. But yeah, like always, I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.